Snoon Zombies. I'm Drake, and today I will be reviewing DC Rebirth. This is basically the newest thing that DC is doing. It's replacing New 52, and all the characters aren't exactly going back to how they originally were. Some of the characters are a bit different, and some of the characters are a bit at different points in their life. To be honest, though, I haven't actually fully read all of it yet. I have only read Green Arrow. I will make it my plan to go back to the comic book shop and buy as much of the DC Rebirth as I can so I can fully review it. I'm probably not going to be reviewing each single comic book unless I really individually like it. But most of all, I'm just going to review it overall once I've read it all. But all I can talk about now is Green Arrow because really that's the only one I've read. So let's get to it. For those of you who just want a fast opinion to get it over with, I like it. I really do like it, which is surprising because I really didn't think I would, right? Because I've dealt with the last New 52 Green Arrow, 52 comic books, and yeah, it is 52, which is funny and kind of weird, but 52 comic books of crap where and I'll get into this in my rant, which probably going to be my next video or the video after that. I don't know. I make no promises because I'm not good at that, because stuff might happen, so I try not to make promises, but it should be coming up. But anyways, yeah, me personally, I do like it. I don't know if all you guys are gonna like it. I mean, some of you might not be Green Arrow fans, some of you might not care. It just depends on who you are, right? Me personally, I do in fact like it. I find it interesting. Although, as of like everything, there are some good things and there are some bad things, right? Nothing is perfect. Even Citizen Kane, one of the best movies in the world, it has some problems. And so I'm going to talk about the pros and cons, right? Pro, it's Oliver Queen again. It's not Connor Hawke, right? All the characters are the same. It's Laura Lance as Black Canary. It's all of these characters are who they originally were, right? Another pro, he's like he was. He has the same type of personality, right? He has the goatee, has the yellow hair, or I guess I should say blonde, although when they colored it, it's technically yellow. But, moving on, right? The outfit's good. He basically, like I already said, he has the same personality. So, I mean, everything's really there to be the original Green Arrow. A couple of cons. People look at him as a, kind of a douchebag, and, that he just, like, throws his money around and he doesn't care about anyone else. And this is kind of before, I'm trying to place it in time. I'm trying to see, like, if this is, like, a couple years after he got off the island, or is it, like, I think it's just been a couple of years after he got off the island, because he talks about how he used to be a douche, and he used to not care about anything, but now that he's gone on the island and he's been trapped there for 5 years, he's kind of realized, hey, I really do appreciate my life more, and I do appreciate what I have since I've been stuck on that island. Because Black Canary kind of talks to him about like, hey, the Justice League kind of think you're this douche, and I kind of think you're this douche. But throughout the comic book, she starts realizing, hey, he's really not. He's kind of this nice guy who really actually cares about the city and wants to make a difference. And I think that's good because they didn't go off on the whole, like, he's a douchebag, because that's what they did in New 52. They made him this douchebag, right? And that's not who Green Arrow was. Another con is he kind of bribes people. I call it bribing. It's like it's kind of a version of bribing, right? He talks to the cops and he's like, hey, if you see anything, like, talk to me, let me know. And they're like, we're not going to do that. You're a vigilante. Why would we even do that? And he's like, well, here's some money. And they're like, okay. And that to me is not something that Green Arrow would do. And I can't really go off more on this because this is the very first comic book, right? I don't know if they're going to change it later on and that he's going to start to learn that he really doesn't need to do that. I don't know. They might continue doing that. I don't know. So I don't really have an opinion on it right now. I mean, I think it's stupid and Green Arrow would never actually do that. In fact, at one point he got rid of all his money and went to be the mayor. But overall, I really have to say I do like it. I find it interesting. I think it does justice to the original character. A big problem about the whole rebirth thing, though, I wish they would have just skipped it. I know they want to make some more money and they want to do like another event so they boost up their sales, but really just make these characters who they were. You don't need to change anything. Just bring them back to who they originally were. Because if you're basically doing that with the characters anyways, then you don't need to call it a rebirth. Just say, hey, we're bringing them back to the original characters. So as far as the Green, because yeah, you're gonna hear me talk about this. There's an older Green Arrow and then there's younger Green Arrow. Younger Green Arrow is kind of starry-eyed. He doesn't really know what all of the world has entailed, and he doesn't really know the misery that's going on. Older Green Arrow went on the road with Green Lantern, and after that he stopped using trick bows, and he kind of just went the original like pointy arrows. And that's because he realized that the world is a much darker place, right? And so this is, I'd say, in between where he realizes that it's a darker world, but he still kind of has hope for it. The other Green Arrow really doesn't. He's like, I just need to fix this because it's a broken system. So overall, I do like it. I can't wait till the issue 2 comes out because I'm really interested to see where they go with it. Right now, it's a storyline of this group of people who grab homeless people and sell them. So I'm interested where that goes. Supposedly they're gonna have the Court of Owls in here later on. I don't know. I don't even know if that's gonna be behind the whole selling of homeless people. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where it's gonna go. But so far it's good. I like it. And again, as I said, I will be reading the rest of them. So I should have a video coming up of my opinion on it. Alright, so now on to news and answering some questions you guys might be having. First off, hey Drake, why are you sitting down and why do you have like a desk and why have you been gone? And I'm going to answer that. I'm like this, I'm sitting down. First off, because it's comfortable for me to sit down. I don't have any back problems or whatever. I just like sitting down. Even though it's not actually good for my body, it's probably better if I film my videos sitting or standing up. But I just like sitting down. And I'm a lot closer to the camera now. And so I feel like it's a lot more personal. And so I just like this setup. I'm still going to have the background. I'm probably going to move stuff around maybe a little bit more. And you may notice the set's changed just a little bit. It has actually my short boxes and over there. And that was actually for my Green Arrow rant. The second one, I did that and I just haven't changed it yet. The next video you see of me, that's not the Green Arrow rant, they will be changed. I was just lazy. Do I talk more about the Green Arrow rant? Yes, I will be posting it. I know I kind of talk about it a lot, and even Justin's asked me when I'm going to post it. I will post it soon. I had problems uploading it, so I'm going to retry to upload it. I will do it in 2 parts. Mainly, I don't really have any problems like uploading because my videos upload kind of fast, but it's just for storage sake, and plus I don't think you guys are gonna watch. I want to sit down and watch a whole hour-long video. So that's why I'm gonna split it up in parts. It's not an hour. It's like 40 minutes, but yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna want to do that. So I split it up into 2 parts. That way it's kind of easier. I will probably post them the same day, or maybe the next day. I don't know. I don't know whether to keep you guys waiting or just do it, because doing it almost right next to each other, that basically it doesn't have a point, because then you just basically just watch both videos at the same time. I don't know. I'm still kind of deciding, but the other part of the news is around the same time that I got the rebirth. Oh, it's kind of sticky, gross. The same time I got the rebirth, I actually got another comic book. It's not really a comic book. It's more just like a omnibus, really, of Lucifer. And if some of you guys don't know what that is, this is some of you might actually recognize the name from the TV show. This is what the TV show is based off of. It has the same premise, but it went through the Arrow syndrome, so it's totally different. So it's different from the comic book because they just want to change it to make like a cop comedy almost with the devil, and I find that stupid. I stopped watching the show after like episode 5 because I was just kind of enjoying it, right? I wanted to see how far it would take and how far till I would quit, and then I read like a little bit of the comic book. I read a little bit of Sandman, which that's where he originally appeared, and I was like, yeah, this is much better than the TV show. Screw the TV show. I'm just gonna read the comic book. So I picked this up. It was hold on, I'm gonna check again. I think it was like $30. Yeah, it was $30 for this big thing. Which I think that's good because it is super big, and so I think that's a good price. I'm just saying that because it is kind of expensive, because this was just like $2, $3. But anyways, yeah, after I finished reading this, because to be honest, I haven't even touched this yet. Haven't even read a page. I read a little bit of the Sandman, like I told you, because I was just interested in it, and I actually ended up liking it. So I will read all this, and I'm probably gonna get part 2 after I finish this. I think there's like 6 parts to it, and I also a little bit more news. I also might get Preacher too, and I might review that as well, because to me, Preacher is it's something. It's almost exactly like Lucifer. It deals with like the demon stuff and this like person that is like talks like ghosts and demons and whatever, and they might have crossed over at some point. I don't know. I think actually I don't know where I don't know what Preacher is labeled by. I don't know if it's like Dark Horse, DC, Marvel, Vertigo. I don't know if it's any of those. But anyways, I've gone on enough about Tangent. I was just going to talk about how it'd be cool if they were to cross over. Like I said, I don't know if they already have, or if there's plan to do it, or if they're just separate things, so they really aren't going to. But I think that'd be cool for Preacher and Lucifer to kind of cross over, because they're a little bit similar. Anyways, enough tangents. I will be reading this and I will review it. This, depending on how fast I read it, I should be uploading a video on it soon. I don't know. With this, probably, with something this big though, I won't review the story. I will just review the character and my opinion on how the character is dealt with and if I like it or not. I should like it. But anyways, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.